Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you do not know me, my name is Danielle. Hi, welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by today. Today I'm going to be doing the behind the scenes of YouTube tag. This was created by Annette's Makeup Corner and Pruelaroo. I will have them listed down below. The person who inspired me to do this tag is Lisa Lobotomy. I will have her channel and her video linked down below as well. I do highly recommend going to check out these three awesome creators if you have not already. They are amazing. I'm super excited to kind of share some of the behind the scenes of what goes into my YouTube channel. That is why I was super excited to do this tag, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get started with these questions. The first question, what was the hardest part of starting a YouTube channel? The hardest part of starting a YouTube channel was just kind of getting outside of my comfort zone. It was very hard for me in the beginning to sit and talk to my phone at the time, because that's what I was using to film, and to really kind of get out of my shell and just be myself. If you guys watch any of my beginning videos, you will see that I am completely nervous. I am terrified. When I first started my channel, pretty much everyone warned me that I was probably going to get mean and hateful comments, and that really was not what happened for me. What happened for me is I found a community of people, I found some friends and things through YouTube. YouTube has been a lot of fun. Yes, every now and then I get kind of a nasty comment, but really I just kind of attribute that to people who just don't like the way I do my makeup or whatever their thing is. I don't understand how you can go on to other people's channels and just leave nasty, mean comments. That's not really my thing. So I'm always just kind of like, okay, whatever. In the beginning, those comments did get to me, but that was really the fear of starting a YouTube channel is what really kind of stopped me from actually starting. And once I started, I realized it's not that scary. You get comfortable behind the camera. You get comfortable with people watching your videos. In the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, people are watching this and things like that. It was just a hard kind of weird part. But I got over it. I started it. People leave me some nasty comments every once in a while, not constantly. I get more dislikes than people actually leaving nasty comments, so that doesn't really hurt my feelings. The next question is, what equipment do you use? So to film, currently I have a Canon Rebel T6i camera. I have a Rode mic. I have two softbox lights, and I use an aught light right here. The aught light has been something I've used for a while. One day I will have a ring light, but currently those are what I use for my lighting. Number 3, what editing program do you use? What did you start with? So let's start with what I started with. I did not start with any editing software whatsoever. A lot of my videos are one take. I was too afraid to edit. I didn't understand how editing worked. And then I slowly got into editing and using what I use today. I use the Cyberlink Power Director to edit my videos. I use that because I transfer all of my videos from my camera to my phone and edit from there. It is just so much easier for me, so I use the app to kind of edit my entire video. I don't have a laptop currently that can handle any editing software without kind of crashing it, so that is why I do it that way. But I do use Cyberlink Power Director, and I've been using that for the last year or so, almost, maybe a little, maybe more like 7 months, because I used to do all of my videos in one take, and now that is an impossibility. I have to edit because I don't know how I did that in the beginning. I don't know how I even got viewers with doing my videos in one take, but it happened. I used to do them in one take, which is insane to me now. Number 4, did you have any experience with making videos before starting YouTube? No, I had zero experience making videos before I started YouTube. I watched a lot of YouTube before I even started. I started watching a lot of the bigger beauty gurus and things, and that was also kind of something that was overwhelming to me because their quality is so good, and when you start out, sometimes your quality is not the greatest, and I'm just gonna let you know that's okay. Number 5, on average, how long does it take you to edit a video. So editing takes me quite a while. I tend to edit multiple videos in the same day. I kind of leave a chunk of time to edit. It's usually in the evening, and it can take me anywhere from an hour to about 4 hours, depending on the length of the video, depending on what I'm editing. Because when I edit, I watch the whole like section of the footage that I took, and then I go through as I'm watching and kind of edit, and then I rewatch it and edit anything else. I rewatch my videos at least 4 times when I edit, and that's just kind of a personal preference because I'm trying to kind of catch things that I may have missed. And so editing takes me a while. I'm still kind of learning things with editing. I'm trying to get better, but sometimes it's just a little difficult, and there's a lot to learn when it comes to editing in general. But editing, yes, can take me anywhere from an hour to 4 hours, depending on how many videos I'm editing, what I'm editing, how long the video is, and things like that. What was the worst technical accident you've had since starting your channel? It is always with sound with me. It is always the quality of the sound, or if I'm doing a voiceover, like the sound moving. That has happened to me at least 5 times, or you can't hear me at all. Those are the technical issues that I tend to have. It's always with sound, and it's always just a mess when I do voiceovers. So that's kind of leading me to stop doing voiceovers. I mean, I probably won't, because sometimes a voiceover is needed, but it's just, it's always a mess, you guys. I try my best, and I'm still working on that. I had a video go up recently that I was just like, I don't even know. Every time I looked at the sound in what I was editing, to like watching it, to getting it to download before I'd upload it to YouTube, the sound would be fine. And then there's something that happened in that download process that I don't know, it just messed up my sound. Number 7, do you ever film something and not upload? All the time. I film things all the time. Either and I don't upload it. Either I kind of look at it and I'm just like, that is not what I wanted that video to be, or I'm not as high energy as I want to be, or I'm just kind of venting and it's not a video that needs to go up. It's just me playing with makeup, venting, getting things off my chest that really do not need to go up on my channel. So yes, I do that quite frequently. I film several videos in a day a lot of the times, and sometimes it's just, it's a lot. Number 8, do you script or plan what you are going to talk about? This is actually something that I'm wanting to work on more. It's not necessarily scripting my videos, because I've tried that in the past and it does not work for me. I can try and script them and it's just a mess. It's not something I should do at all. But I want to make sure that I have all of the facts when I am talking about something. So oftentimes I'll kind of have like an outline written out, but I want to get better at reading that outline prior to filming. Because sometimes I'll sit down and I'll be like, oh, let's film this one today. And I'm like reading my outline to you guys. And that's not something I really want to do. A lot of times I like to be more candid and on my feet when I am filming videos. So oftentimes I don't plan out a lot of my videos. Or if I'm extremely heated about a subject, that is not a planned video. That is Danielle just going off. Which happens more often than not. But I do think a lot about what I'm going to film, and I kind of plan things out in advance. So it just depends on the type of video that I am going to be uploading, things like that. Number 9, have you started talking differently since starting your YouTube channel? So the only thing I do not do on my YouTube channel, and this has more to do with my job than anything, I don't swear on my YouTube channel. I do swear out in real life, but typically it's in my car and at other people, and that I have road rage. Just gonna put that out there. Or if I'm really mad. Occasionally, yes, I have sworn in a video. The reason I do not swear in my videos is because I look at this as kind of a representation of my professional self in a sense, even though half the time my videos aren't that professional. That, and if by chance any of the kids I work with see these videos, I don't want them seeing me swear, because a lot of people do know I have videos up. I am also kind of working on my swearing in general. I I don't mind other people swearing, but it's kind of something that I have to kind of keep on my toes because I do work with young children. So it's just kind of translated out from my job to my YouTube channel, but that is really the only difference in the way I talk. I don't really censor myself in any other ways on my channel, just with swearing. I mean, if I'm really pissed off, I do swear, so. Number 10, what's the one thing that annoys you when editing yourself? So I have this really awful habit of repeating the same sentence over and over again, or starting a sentence and not in the middle of the sentence not remembering what I was going to say. And so there are times where I'm editing and I'm like, oh, I need to cut that out, and it's like 12 minutes of the same thing, and I'm just like, Danielle, use your words, say it. Why can't you figure this out? It is the most frustrating thing for me ever. And I continue to do it. It's a habit of mine that I'm trying to break, and I'm trying to just kind of work through my words. You would think it wouldn't be that hard, but it really is. Number 11, what is your biggest editing pet peeve in others' videos? I do not like when people do a lot of just like extra edits that don't need to be there, or like overly edit their video or put a filter on their video. I freaking hate when people put filters on their video. It changes the way things look, and that is, ugh, I hate it. I don't mind when people use transitions and things like that, but when you're doing extra edits and you're just trying to be extra and make the video just that much extra, it kind of drives me crazy. And filters. I freaking hate filters. Stop using filters on your videos. The second I see a filter on a video, I'm like, and I'm done. Yeah, I don't filter my videos, so. Number 12, do you ever feel self-conscious in your videos? All the time. I am constantly self-conscious of what I'm putting out on the internet. I'm constantly worried about what people are going to think. I the harshest critic to myself, like, let's be real. I am always self-conscious. Every time I post a video, especially if it's one I am completely nervous about, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose all my subscribers. They're gonna hate me. I go through that kind of thought process during certain videos, and I'm just like, I'm always shocked when people are like, no, I totally get what you're saying, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, other people think like I do. Yeah, it's, if you're self-conscious in your videos, you're not alone. Number 13, what keeps you inspired to keep creating? This has become kind of a self-care moment for me. This is kind of my creative outlet at the moment. It is something that I've connected with a lot of people on, and so that keeps me going. But really the self-care aspect of it, the taking some time to just make myself feel pretty, has really kind of been one of my favorite things about YouTube. It's something that I have a lot of fun doing, and it's something that I like to put a lot of my time into. And I'm just always thankful. Also, a lot of other creators inspire me to keep going. I'm always in awe of what other people do on their channels, and just the amount of creativity that is out on YouTube, especially in the beauty community. I watch a lot of other videos, but I always come back to watching videos in the beauty community. Well, if you have not done this tag and you are a YouTube creator, consider yourself tagged. Tag, you're it! Now you have to do this. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do hope that you enjoyed it and that it kind of gave you some insight onto what it's like being on the other side of the camera, especially for those of you who do not have YouTube channels and things like that. Well, please give this video a like. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and leave a comment down below if you would like to chat with me. Thank you again, and bye!